Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching today. Today's topic is now is the time to refine your business, no matter if you've been in the business a year or 10 years. I would say refine and focus on the basics of sales. And because so over the last, the market keeps on changing, always does. So I won't even use because sometimes I talk to agents daily. They go, crazy market out there. It's always crazy. There's always people buying and selling. I every day I get on the phone, an agent says, "So how's business going?" I go, "I've been busy every day for 25 years. There's not a day I'm not busy. In 25 years, I've been a broker because there's always people buying and selling homes. It's just sometimes it's a little less than more, but there's always something to do all day. It's kind of like, I go off on tangents, kind of like an agent. I got an agent. I got a, I'll talk to three agents. All three of them will say they're extremely busy today. One has one transaction going on, but there's stuff to do all day. I have other agents that have four transactions pending and closing all in the next 30 days. And then I got another agent has 10 transactions that does over 100 sales a year. They got 10 pending transactions closing in the next 30 days, and they're busy. You can be busy all the time, but where the topic today is refining your business. I feel that we've gotten bogged down over the last 5 years, 10 years in things just being automatic. You know, Let me just say this, and no disrespect or ruffle any feathers out there for any listing agents. So many times I have agents that I ask, how much money have you invested in your listing? And they go, well, I put up a sign, I put it on the MLS, took some nice photos, and then crickets after that. Well, now for listing agents, it's time to refine your business a little bit more of what more you're going to offer because your competition might be, you get more competition, their houses might stay on the market a little bit longer, might be more inventories coming soon between now and someday in the future, and you're going to have to do more to sell your homes. Now, buyer's agents, I have a feeling our business is not changing. What I'm talking about. Don't worry, there's not going to be some 180 about how we do real estate and commissions and buyers agents and selling agents. But the automatic, when you got a buyer, you're going to get paid a commission from the seller, a normal commission split that's been normal for decades might come up for debate, not debate or negotiations. So, not to go into that topic because I've done many videos on the things that are happening in real estate and the lawsuits. Lawsuits are going to go away someday. All of this is, my opinion, you know, BS, I'll put it, everything's disclosed, everything's fine. No one's trying to hurt anybody. It's just lawyers trying to cash in on class action lawsuits and make millions of dollars. But they all go away someday. It might just cost some people a lot of money to make them go away because there's nothing anybody did wrong. There's nothing, everything's disclosed, everything's signed, everything is agreed to. But not on that topic. The point I'm getting at, the one thing I do think is going to change is that it's going to be more up for negotiation of what the buyer agent should be paid. It's not going to be automatic all the time. It's not going to be in the MLS. So there's going to be some companies that are offering less and more. Some sellers might want to pay buyers agents up front and with the sale, or the buyer's agent might have to negotiate the sellers to pay. So it's going to become up more of a negotiation. So that's what, if you could put that. So this is the main point of my video today is refining your business. I'll specifically target buyers agents. You're going to have to refine your sales skills and your ability to explain to buyers what your value is to them, what all the things you're going to do to them. You have it written down in a proposal, like a listing agreement, a buyer's agreement. This Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, Mr. Buyer, Mrs. Buyer, whoever buyer, this is what I'm going to do for you, but I have to make sure I get paid this because this is what I'm going to be charging for my services. This is what I'm going to be charging. I won't say you. This is what I'm going to be charging for my services to your buyer. You're going to have to refine your buyer's agreement. You're going to have to refine your sales skill to your buyer. Now, what I said, this is all what I do for you. This is what I charge for my services, which we're totally allowed to charge for our services. Now, what's up for negotiation? Who's paying? My personal opinion, sorry to say this, it's my opinion, is the seller. Seller pays it because so many other things. I went into videos and videos about it, but you're going to have to refine your skills as a buyer's agent of why they should use you, why and who you think should pay you, and they have the buyer agree to who's going to pay you. The buyer going to pay you, it's going to be split between the buyer and seller, or the buyer is going to make the seller pay in your agreement. So without going into details about that specific thing I just said, reach out to me. I'll explain that to you more in detail of what my feeling you should do, because it's a whole nother video of how to negotiate a buyer's agreement. But you're going to have to refine that sales skills. Before, it was just buyers used to use agents because whoever picked up the phone, whoever would get in their car, meet them at a house whenever they are, wherever they are, and whoever pick up the phone, whoever will be faster, whoever is helpful, how they like, and then buyers agents, still to this day, many of them are going out and spending hours and hours and hours and gas time, missing family birthday parties, missing their kids' baseball games and soccer games, all in the hopes that their buyers mysteriously stay with them and make sure they get paid what they charge from buyer side, seller side, or a combination without an agreement. To me, that is not a good way to do business, but a lot of agents do it. Many moons ago, decades ago, when I used to have my own buyers, did I sell buyers' houses without buyers' agreements? Yes, I did. Would I try not to and have buyers' agreements? Yes. Did I have buyers that refused to sign it and wouldn't guarantee a sale with me? Yes, they would. But it was my decision to decide if I want to stay on with them or not. But before, or still to right now, it's just assumed that in the marketplace, the buyers, the sellers, the realtors, we have this understanding of how things work, which has been working for decades, 100 years plus. I think it should work forever, but there might be people out there want to negotiate more, which is totally fine. You're welcome to negotiate, but you might have to refine your sales skills to your buyers to explain why they should sign this buyer agreement, guaranteeing you that you will be paid from one of many ways, either the seller, the buyer, a combination of both. You have a right to do that as a salesperson. You have a right to have them sign that. So, not to go into more detail. So, anybody watching this that thinks that we're going to get to a point someday because what's going on with the lawsuits and things in real estate that the sellers will not pay buyers agents, that's completely 100%, 99.9% false. There will be never a market, my opinion, never a market where no seller is never ever going to pay a buyer's agent. Not going to happen. Again, my legal opinion, and I'm not an attorney, is that there's no law that could force sellers never to pay a buyer's agent as part of the negotiation. That's like telling a seller, no, they can't pay buyer's closing costs. Example, VA loans, veterans. If you get a VA loan, talk to a loan officer, veteran, if they want to buy a house, their loan requirement is they cannot pay a buyer's agent. So who's going to work with who's going to work with a veteran if they can't pay you to be a buyer's agent and they want representation, they want someone to drive them around, they're going to have some type of an agreement that someone else outside the buyer is going to have to pay them. Who's that going to be? The seller. So again, I know I'm getting off on the tangent here, but so I feel today's video is supposed to be, other than my tangents, is going to have to be You have to refine your buyer's agreement, refine your sales skills of you, Mr., Mrs., Mr., Miss, whoever buyer. This is what I'm going to do for you. This is my promise. This is my pledge. This is what I'm going to do for you. But we're going to get under an agreement and you're going to make sure I get paid and I want this for my compensation for all of my time, effort, risk that they might not ever even find a home, the risk that they decide never to buy, or your buyer's agreement can't have a time limit on it if they buy over the next year or 2 years or whatever. The basis of real estate, again, I'm disclosing my 30 years experience, the basis of what makes our real estate industry go, not just realtors, buyers and sellers and people selling houses, is the buyer's agent. That person that 100% risks their time, their money, their effort to show house after house after house and write offer after offer after offer. I've agents and I've seen it. They've been working with buyers 6, 8 months, a year, written 10, 15, 20 offers that didn't get approved because they're in multiple offers, and the hours put into it in hopes that these people might buy a house and they might decide never to buy a house. They might decide to rent. During that time, I've had this happen to buyers. All of a sudden, within that 6, 8 months, the buyers get transferred to another state because of their job. All of that. And the buyer's agents are really what the grease that makes the wheels of all real estate, not buyer, seller, not just the realtors in the industry of realtors, the industry of people, just residential sales out there. And of course, the listing agents are important too. But again, trying to focus on buyers agents. So please, anybody out there listening, please, I tell you, over the next, not 6 months or a year, but over the next couple of years, or I think the next shift in real estate is going to be a more of a negotiation between, it's not going to be automatic that always the seller is going to say, I'm going to pay you 100%. Is that possible? Yes, there will be sellers that pay. I feel majority of sellers will always pay. I think almost all sellers will eventually pay. Not much is going to change in that way, but how it is, what they offer, and is it automatic? Not always. That's what's going to change. Will the amount of money we make change? No, I don't think so. I wouldn't. And I'm telling my agents, what you make now, whatever you charge, because we have agents, you're an independent contractor. You can decide what you're worth. Do I think your pay or what you charge should go down over the next couple of years? Absolutely not. Nope, not at all. Absolutely. I wish, but we don't have that. If buyer's agents should earn more money sometimes when they have a year into it and 100 homes and uh, and 20 other offers, should they get paid more? Yes, they should get paid more. Will they get paid more? Probably not. That's why I explain to the public out there of how ethical most agents are, all agents are, how nice we are, how much we love what we do, how much we love our buyers, that we would risk time, effort, money, and not earn a nickel on that. That's what buyers agents do every day. There's no other industry where someone walks into work today in a 9 to 5 job and they go, going in 9 today, have no idea if I'm going to get paid or not. No one would show up to work. What do, buyer's agent? You show up to work. You help those buyers. You love to help those buyers. That's why you're doing it. That's why you're doing it. That's what makes real estate move, is because of you. Sorry, I feel like I'm on my soapbox, giving the buyer's agents a thank you for what you do. Because if you didn't do it, if all buyer's agents said, no, we're not risking any more time, effort, we want money up front, we want paid for our time, our economy would crumble because 20% of our nation's economy happens because of residential real estate sales. And those buyers depend on their buyer's agents to help them with the process, find the houses, show them the houses, and do all the running around and help them with the paperwork and the legalities of it because they don't do this every day. They they can do this every day on their own, but they don't want to, they don't know how to, they want expertise. And in our society, majority of buyers just don't have the extra money to pay that on their own. So we got to figure out ways on how to compensate the buyer's agents for that. So again, that's a whole nother video. I started getting off a topic of that. So bottom line, refine your scale skills, work on your buyer's presentation, work on your buyer's agreement, explaining what makes you better than for them than any other buyer's agent out there. Because you're going to find buyer's agents. This is the number one reason why I have agents that refuse to do buyer's agreements, because they're scared they're just going to go to another buyer's agent that won't have them force them. So I will be happy to work with you one-on-one, give you talking points, give you things to put in your buyer's agreement. Century 21 Homestar agents, we already have pre-made buyer's agreements on there that we could refine some of those a little bit to be more specific to you and what you're asking for your services. And I'm happy to do that for you to keep you moving forward in real estate. So that's it for today. Sorry for the offside tangents that I always go to, because real estate is there's everything is connected. So every time I have a topic, it's connected to a different topic that's connected to a different topic. This affects this affects that. It's a whole domino effect. So I apologize for that. But remember, call, text, email me anytime. I'm happy to help you with whatever you need. Have a great day. Bye-bye.